I missed this yesterday. I don't know how I missed it. And I noticed that the mainstream media is not picking this up. Mm-hmm. So this is a story that's because they're unnamed sources, anonymous sources.
And by the way, we predicted this. We predicted it.
It doesn't seem to matter for for politics. They'll put this on CNN. They'll put it on anything. But with sports, for some reason, like ESPN, I guess they think they're above this. But there are quite a few reports out there that Tiger Woods has checked himself into rehab for painkiller addiction. Mm-hmm. And listen, I think we all agree this is a good thing. And I have no idea if he's addicted to it. It sure seems like it from the outside looking in. He's had quite a few incidents. I don't think he should still be taking painkillers 3 months after a back surgery. But either way, I think it's a good thing. If it's true, it's still jarring. Even though we just saw the video. And the image, I mean, you look at the image right there, and you go, well, the guy clearly has an issue. Something's going on. This is not like just one night of being overserved. There looks like something's going on here.
Yes.
And
we talked about it. I mean, this is probably not the first time this has happened. I mean, it's just the first time we found out about it.
He has an addictive personality. He checked into a sex addiction rehab.
Correct.
Right.
After the Elin incident.
And if you believe any of the reports yesterday, so these are in places like Radar Online, the Daily Mail, but the Golf Channel was reporting the same report. They ran with it. Yeah. They were saying he's been to rehab before for, I believe, a Vicodin addiction.
I know. I saw that.
Did you see that?
We missed that.
I don't remember that.
They kept that under wraps.
So he's been to rehab for sex addiction, and this was even on the Golf Channel.
And this is the second time for
They said
a pill
he's been
addiction.
there for Vicodin addiction. And by the way, we talked about this the other day. I think we did. Remember when they were redacting and they were bleeping out what he said he was taking?
Right.
It was Xanax.
Right.
Okay.
But Tiger's not a big boozer. He just likes to pop.
He didn't have any alcohol.
He's a popper.
But all that being said, it's still jarring.
Anytime you read
and
that,
shocking.
Tiger checks himself into rehab.
Tiger Woods is in rehab, if this is true, and I tend to believe it, for painkiller addiction. Wow. That's just, it's sad. It's just every bad thing you can think of. It's good, but it's just like, wow, I can't believe it.
It's also the very public face of an exploding opioid crisis in the United States. If you look at numbers of people who are dying, who are overdosing on these sorts of drugs, they're at astronomical levels all across the country.
So maybe if he doesn't have kids, he doesn't feel like he has to go to rehab. I don't know. I'm just guessing on that. But if you're facing losing custody, then that's more motivation to do it.
Definitely. Want to still be able to see your kids.
Yeah.
Want to clean yourself up, turn your life around.
But I agree. It is jarring to read that. But I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised by him going to rehab again.
No.
It's not shocking, especially after seeing that video.
He's been taking pills for 10 years.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. It's just jarring.
Tiger.
Because it's Tiger. And,
just think about it. He was at the mountaintop for 15 years. No one could touch him. Nobody could touch this guy.
But hold on. Can you just focus with me here for a second?
He lost his family. He lost his swing. He lost pretty much his health. Now he's checking himself into rehab. Man.
And remember,
it's a crazy story.
The invincibility of Tiger Woods. And you could be prescribed Xanax for a lot of different reasons. I'm no expert, no doctor by any stretch, but it's basically an anxiety and like a depression drug, right? That's my best understanding. That's my crude understanding of it. So you're talking about this guy who had this aura of invincibility everywhere he went. I mean, people literally would just fall apart, on the golf course.
When they found out they were playing with him in the final round of any tournament, they'd shoot 78.
And then you find out that he's taking Xanax. And, he's dealing I get it. Look at his life. His life has spiraled out of control in a lot of ways in a very, very public way. Who wouldn't be? But, man, it's just the rise and fall of Tiger. How is this 30 for 30 going to end?
I know.
Oh, you might.
How is this one going to end?
Might need a 90 for 90 or 120 for 120.
It's another stop for the Tiger Tour.
By the way, they're saying, if this is true, that the reason why he has checked in is because he has a custody agreement, obviously, with Elin, which the reports are unbelievable. They're saying the initial reports were 700 to talk to the press ever. They've now lowered that calculation is 100 million.
I thought it was 100, 150.
That's the more recent. But the initial reports where she got $750 million, I don't believe that. But just think about it for a second. If that would even pop, I mean, has anybody got
$750 million?
So, but even 100. I mean, 100's absurd.
Yeah, of course.
But he's got 50% custody, and she has it in their agreement that if he does anything to publicly shame, like the family or the kids, or he shows an addiction to something,
Right, he loses custody.
she can take away up to, I think they said, like half of that or something. So he would be down to like 20% custody. So he's got 50% now. She could take away like 30% of it, and he'd be down to 20%. Because, you know, he had the kids once a week if he doesn't get clean. So that's why he's taking the preemptive strike of going in right away.
That's why I just said you were on your phone. You weren't listening. But that's okay.
I wasn't.
I would bang Tiger for $750 million. Yeah. I'll do it. I don't care.
I mean,
You know what? I'd do it for $100 million.
I guess I would do that.
Of course you would.
I would not be sized, though.
Grabby. Oh,
Yeah,
I would not be
I would
happy.
need a Viagra.